Next, I'll be talking about aggression. What you will be seeing is some footage of how I use reward-based methods and different techniques to deal with aggressive issues. Aggression is a natural behavior that exists in all species, dogs included. It is through ritualistic display of aggressive behaviors that dogs are able to protect food, their space, their offspring, communicate their intentions, therefore avoiding dangerous fights, increase the distance from things they are fearful of or things that are dangerous. Without these ritualistic behaviors, dogs most certainly would not survive as a species, and many more severe fights would occur. However, human beings are very critical and have very little understanding and tolerance for these natural behaviors. Unfortunately, throughout many years, dogs have had aggressive behaviors corrected by us. Dogs have been known to be choked, kicked, slapped, shocked, submitted, and killed by showing aggression. Some dogs are taught that it is a bad idea to use these ritualistic behaviors to communicate. Through the use of aversive techniques, dogs learn it is best not to growl to another dog when you don't want it close to you, because if you do, your owner will apply a correction. Every time a dog growls, barks, or shows any other behavior perceived as aggressive to humans, they have been corrected and these signals suppressed. This creates dogs who are anxious, fearful, and scared and have no way to communicate how they feel, because if they do, they get punished. They are the dogs who end up attacking without warning. Aggression is complex and there is no cure, only rehabilitation. Nowadays, there are a series of techniques that can teach the dog how to deal with the stimuli he does not know, like, or is fearful of. Using reward-based methods and other methods who rely on teaching the dog safe alternative behaviors, or who classically condition the dog, one can gradually change a dog's behavior from aggressive to calm and controlled. A dog needs to trust the human he is with, and positive reinforcement methods make this happen. A dog who was once aggressive will learn to rely on the human for guidance. By applying techniques such as counter-conditioning, desensitization, behavior adjustment treatment programs, and/or likes like, "Look at that," I am able to work with all types of aggression behavior in any dog, regardless of their size, nature of the aggression, and breed. I am able to teach dogs alternative behaviors or change their internal emotional status towards a previous stimulus. I choose to use simple, straightforward techniques anyone can apply, the husband, the wife, and/or the children, and with this achieving great results. I call it training for real life because one of my main goals is to teach people how they can apply what they have learned in the classes in real life situations. It is very important that owners are taught how to use a sit to instill calm behavior before you open the door, or a down when you have visitors in the home and you don't want your dog to jump on top of them. So this is what I call training for real life. And next I will be talking a bit about that. One of the things I see the most are dogs who can sit, down, stay, or perform any basic obedience behaviors they were taught in school, but seem out of control when out with their owners or when in highly exciting, new, or otherwise distractive scenarios. This happens because many owners are not taught how they can generalize the behaviors they have learned in class and how they can use everyday life situations to reward appropriate behavior. If owners understand they can reward appropriate behavior with everyday life rewards, such as opening the door to go out, sitting to meet people, lying quietly in the crate whilst you work, or letting you put the lead without mouthing and biting you, for example, then communication between dogs and owners will be effective, practical, and applied on a daily basis. In order for a dog to understand that down means lay down no matter where or when, generalization is essential. So practicing often is crucial for the dog to understand what is asked of him. To train the usual basic obedience behaviors in the situations we would most like to apply them is crucial, and to help owners accomplish this essential. So I try to meet my clients there, in that place where basic obedience and common indication of the dog is applied to their own lifestyle and in their daily routines. And this is what I like to call training for real life. There are still a lot of dog owners and dog trainers who believe we need to dominate dogs in order to get them to comply or to avoid the development of behavior problems. From jumping up to urinating to pulling on the lead, licking paws, jumping on counters. Virtually any and all behavior dogs present that seem problematic to the owners has been attributed to dominance. Science has already proven that the idea of the dominant dog, or the idea that we need to dominate dogs, is nothing but a misinterpretation of the knowledge we held many years back related to the social organization of wolves. I believe in creating rules and being consistent with them if we want to build a good relationship with our dogs. Most importantly, I believe that in order to successfully train and educate your dogs, one needs to learn how to use the resources that we already control. We control everything and anything our dogs need. Our dogs eat, drink, fetch balls, go out on walks, interact with other dogs, meet new people. Ultimately, they breed and they live because we allow them to do it. So all we need to learn is how to use these things in order to teach and educate our dogs and guide them in the right direction. So my suggestion is, instead of trying to dominate your dog, if you have an issue with your dog, just look at the behavior, analyze it, and try to come up with effective techniques that you can use to help your dog overcome his insecurities. Dr. Nicholas Dodman says, aggression begets aggression. So instead of confronting your dogs and thinking about dominating them, find effective ways of solving the behavior issues. And if you don't know how to do it, find a positive dog trainer near you or a behaviorist who can actually teach you practical techniques that you can use with your dogs.